Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, African miners note benefits of investing in renewables. Gold Fields Board approves R660 million construction of 40 megawatt solar plant at South Deep, and net zero gold a realistic prospect. The mounting pressure by governments and investors on industries globally to reduce emissions, coupled with favorable economics and the need for reliable and cost-efficient power, are increasingly nudging mining companies towards considering renewable energy.
Companies who fail to have plans and strategies in place to manage and reduce their greenhouse gas emissions will find it increasingly difficult to find funding for their companies, which will in turn impact on performance. How do we respond to this? Developing a framework strategy that comprises a number of different elements, and in combination it will allow us to start to meet these requirements. And this will comprise replacement of fossil fuel-based thermal power with renewable energy, displacement of fossil fuels with lower carbon alternatives, improve efficiency of thermal power generation and minimise power use, and offsetting through investment in carbon sinks. Ideally for any remote off-grid mining operation with a mobile mining fleet, power generation will be a key focus for meeting these greenhouse gas targets.
Gold Fields Board has approved the construction of a 40 megawatt solar plant at the South Deep mine at an estimated capital cost of R660 million.
In terms of the broader Gold Fields ESG strategy, certainly from our perspective, it's around delivering enduring value in partnership with all our stakeholders, and that's our people, our communities, our stakeholders, and our shareholders. And I think the key elements where the solar project plays a vital part is in priority number 4, pursuing decarbonisation and building resilience to climate change. In terms of the commitments we've made in terms of the Paris Agreement. I think priority 3 around unlocking shared value for both the communities and other stakeholders, and that includes the business because we build margin into our business that is going to help us weather volatility. And then priority 10 around building reputation and brand. ESG is a hot topic at the moment, and certainly this is a space we want to operate in, and the commitments we've made to get to 30% by 2030 and carbon neutral by 2050.
The increased accessibility of means to further decarbonize electricity is creating an opportunity for gold to move towards carbon neutrality and makes net zero gold a realistic prospect.
We've got to a point, I think, where we have now quantified in some granularity and with some confidence gold's overall carbon footprint. And that includes scope 1, 2 and 3 upstream and downstream emissions according to GHG protocol definitions. So we've arrived at a fairly comprehensive picture of gold's carbon footprint. And that has allowed us to map out a high-level pathway to net zero in alignment with Paris climate targets. And that then has allowed us to further analyse what that pathway might mean in terms of if it's feasible, if it's cost-effective, indeed if it's value creative, and also if that is practical on the ground. So it's not just at a high level, we've also examined what specific actions the gold sector might take that are likely to contribute to decarbonisation at a scale and time periods that will be particularly aligned with specific climate targets.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged on to miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.